Right, so I hope that was useful for you. This was a quick kind of introduction to report building with people that you wouldn't necessarily have the opportunity to build rapport with. Our customers, when they speak to us, unfortunately, are beginning their conversation with a problem. We don't have the real opportunity to ask them how their weekend was. We rarely do. We don't have the opportunity to ask them how they're dealing with everything, during lockdown. Maybe that's something we should ask each other more. This rapport building is something you do every day when you speak to people, um, and is a kind of fundamental to how we deal with each other. But we either can't or not really, you know, we're not able to think about rapport building with customers with an issue with Dell. They've got a laptop which is down, and they just want some help. And the rapport aspect is so much harder to build when you've got a problem to begin with. I hope through these sessions, however, or these little kind of modules about mirroring, leading, being positive in eye contact, is that you understand that it is still possible on a very, very subtle level. You don't need to ask them about, how their weekend was or things like that. Although you can if you see the opportunity. You don't need to, however. And it's something that if you practice enough, the people on the other side can understand that you're genuinely looking to help them and that you're someone that they can work with because you have built that rapport. Now, what I would say with this is you can practice it in work, right? But I would say that it's probably much, much harder. So for this exercise, to end these modules on rapport building, what I would recommend is when you next speak to someone that you know, maybe someone that you've maybe been a little bit distant with, a family member, something like that, go in with the intention of trying one of these things, right? Just playing around with it. So, for example, I've done this. My wife hates me for it, right? But when I spoke to my wife about something, I might apply something like this, and I might try the technique, such as repeating back to them what it is that they've last said to you. So, for example, you could say, you know, how's your day? And of course, your wife proceeds to tell you, wife or husband, of course, proceeds to tell you how things are. And then you could simply go, so you're training? Question mark. And really kind of mirror the type of things that they've been speaking to, right? And very obviously try those techniques without anything else. Just try the mirroring, try the pace at which they speak about, try and tone down what you speak about to speak with someone else face to face with that intention, and more importantly with the eye contact. Always add that in. There's no excuse not to. And when you've tried that and you've had a conversation, say back to them. Say, so can I ask you a quick question? I did this training for this guy, David Law, in my work. He's running these YouTube videos, and he was speaking about mirroring. So I was just practicing it there. Did you find that was a good conversation? What was your thoughts on that, right? And let them give you feedback, right? And you could say to them, is it okay if I try that now and again? Find someone who'd be okay with it, of course. Not one of your mates that, is just going to slag you off for doing it. But try it with someone whom you trust and someone you can, that you're close to and you can do it. And ask them if that makes them feel better about the conversation. That extra effort that you took, did it make the conversation better? And this is the type of thing that once you get through it and you practice it, you can then begin trying with customers and try using the word that they used, the pace that they used, the title that they prefer to be used, doctor, for example, and use the different things, the formality, the informality. Um, Maybe there was something in an email that they sent you. I've seen many examples of this. They maybe, use thanks Gav instead of Gavin. Gav is, of course, quite a short name for Gavin. It's the type of thing that you would say to a friend. Gav, it's obviously something. Feel free to use that if that is indeed what they prefer, and try it out, play with it, and let me know what you think. As always, you can contact the RM team with any of this kind of stuff. Speak to me if at any point you know how to contact me. And the efforts here, I hope, will pay off, and you'll find that your connection with customers is much, much better. Let me know what you think, and yeah, we'll see you in the next module.